Day, nothing changes. All I want is a moment to think clearly, but thoughts come unrelenting, consuming every waking moment. My mind binds me and I can't escape. I shout for help when no one hears me. One day I fear I'll just disappear. Lost in this chaos, I'm searching for peace, but it's hard to find when my thoughts never cease. Everything I do is all consuming. My mind races, leaving me breathless and worn. I try to find solace, but it's fleeting, leaving me with nothing but the echoes of my screams. I shout for help, but no one hears me. One day I fear I'll just disappear. Lost in this chaos, I'm searching for peace, but it's hard to find when my thoughts never cease. Who am I to say I deserve peace? Maybe I'm better off just fading away. It's what I'm used to, this isolation, but deep down I long for connection. I shout for help, but no one hears me. One day I fear I'll just disappear. Lost in this chaos, I'm searching for peace, but it's hard to find when my thoughts never cease. Day to day, nothing changes. All I want is a moment to think clearly, but thoughts come unrelenting, consuming every waking moment. My mind binds me and I can't escape. I shout for help when no one hears me. One day I fear I'll just disappear. Lost in this chaos, I'm searching for peace.
Yo, what up, everybody? It's John Escudero. I'm here for the WWE Smackdown Rewind with Mac and Robbie. Say what's up to everybody, Mac.
Hey guys, what's going on? You know me. I'm Mac. I'm a little sad tonight.
Don't
You'll find
be.
out why later.
You're here with us now. Fuck that.
No, I'm glad I'm with you guys, but I just had to sit through 3 hours of trying not to.
It's
fall asleep,
over.
but,
The trauma is
I
over.
know. It's
No more
over,
sleep.
yes.
We're alive. We're here. Robbie, say what's up to everybody.
And it's your boy Robbie back again, finally after 1 week of my getting over my own sadness over for a week. But we're finally back, and I'm ready to go, ready to talk about some SmackDown.
That's right. Let's get right into it. I mean, it's WWE Smackdown. All of a sudden yesterday, it was a big episode. We got The Rock saying he was coming through, and according to all reports, legitimately the creative was caught off guard as well. They were just like told, okay, we're gonna get some creative done for The Rock after you told us that we're not gonna be working with The Rock for WrestleMania season. All right, so they got it done, and tonight The Rock returned to WWE. And normally we talk about the main event first, but I feel like this was the main thing that everybody wants to get into and talk about. And honestly, it was the only thing I cared to see on this episode of SmackDown. If I gotta be serious with you, The Rock said he was gonna be here, and I said, wow, I hope that they stack this episode up around him so that it can be really interesting and maybe some new viewers will come back next week. And instead, I got the most paint by numbers, run-of-the-mill, average WWE TV episode I have seen since Triple H started booking. And I mean that with every fiber of my being. the WWE Smackdown show has fallen into such a routine with all the same characters, all the same situations every single week, from the top of the card to the bottom. The main event scene is the same. The mid card scene is the same. The women's scene is the same. Nothing is changing from week to week except for the people that I actually care to see disappearing. Where is Andrade? Why is he catering? How is The Miz on television teaming with Carmelo Hayes? Why is this happening? This is the most filler episode of WWE television I've seen in a long time, and they had The Rock here.
John, you're telling me you didn't like Mellow Don't Miz?
No, I will fucking eat a grenade right now, live. I will. No, I didn't like it. Not only did I not like it, I hated it, actually.
You didn't like R-Truth tagging himself, tagging The Miz and thinking they were still the Awesome Truth?
We're joking around, but like this is legit the worst, most unoriginal, uninteresting. What's the opposite of compelling? What's the other side of the spectrum of compelling? When I saw The Miz, the fucking segment itself was tongue in cheek about how dumb this is. The Miz is like, "Ha, don't you like Mellow Don't Miz? Ha ha!" Like, it would be funny if we didn't also actually have to sit through it. Like, it would be a funny thing if somebody came and interrupted it and then we didn't have to get that. Oh, that was close. We almost had trash. No, they told us to our face it would be trash. Mello doesn't want anything to do with it. And then we sit through the fucking match and it is trash. It's nothing.
But John, R-Truth thought that the LA and LA Knight was Louisiana. Come on, it's funny.
Yes,
That was
God,
comedy
me.
gold.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
At least it's Truth doing it.
I can't do the R-Truth comedy of the week anymore. I can't do the fucking LA Knight. Like, what is LA Knight even doing? Wasn't he mad at somebody a couple weeks ago? Now he's fucking chilling with R-Truth, laughing about his name, LA. I can't with
No more
this.
contender for the U.S. title. Actually, that's why Nakamura.
Did you see?
At least Nakamura came out and attacked him afterwards, so that he
kicked
can.
him into the bum into the ring post.
I will get the wait. Nakamura's back is all fucked up. Right, we leave him alone.
Yeah.
Listen, I
Fucked up from surfing.
I can rant about this episode of SmackDown, but I'm not going to use the word bad. I'm going to use the word boring. Paint by numbers. Nothing. There was nothing about this. So I'll get to the one thing that I cared about, which was the return of The Rock, which hilariously bumped Cody off the main event match, and then bumped Naomi and Liv off of television as a match. So they had a fake match. They acted like they were going to wrestle, and then it didn't happen. But Liv and Raquel got to hang out under the ring. So that's cool. Good for them. And honestly, if you're going to work as a wrestler and you think, man, I got to have this 12-minute match, my ass hurts, and they're like, you know what? Never mind. You're just going to go chill under the ring. Like, I'm actually good. I'm okay with this. Don't complain on my behalf. Please don't make them give me back the match. I'm chilling this week. But I get it. I get it. There was the most interesting thing about this picture is that there was a third person down there to take the photo. Like, where are you all fitting? Anyway, yeah. So The Rock's truck literally pulls up after that segment as if to say, "Get the fuck out of the way." Dwayne is here. He comes out to a remix of his theme that has Lil Wayne's "The Block Is Hot," but a remix of "The Block Is Hot." So I didn't even recognize it was Lil Wayne's "The Block Is Hot."
Either.
I was like, oh shit! Somebody else had to tell me. The Rock comes out. He's a total babyface in the beginning. Announces the WrestleMania returning to New Orleans, the Caesars Superdome, Silverdome, brother, Superdome, April 11th and 12th, 2026. The logo is pretty much the same one that they always use when they come to New Orleans, but I suspect it won't stay that logo. It's very early. Whenever they announce a WrestleMania a year early, the logo tends to shift. Anyway, so we get the first half of the segment. The Rock is a straight up babyface. He announces WrestleMania. The crowd is excited. He gives him fucking 30 seconds of pyro. just fucking for the sake of it.
Oh,
Let's go.
the Ricky Stark special.
Boom, boom, boom. All right, back to it. All of a sudden, he turns on
I'm a heel
the
now.
crowd. I'm gonna heel now, and
Dude, the fireworks turned him heel. It's canon.
that's what it is. And he's like a dog. Like it scared him. You know what I'm saying? And so now he's aggressive. He's fuck you guys. You're all drug addicts or whatever. And he's cursing. And you know the Rock. The Rock cursing thing is always gonna make me laugh because it's so like I can do it and you can't. Like he's doing it out of spite because of the people that complained when during last year's WrestleMania season. But it comes off like so forced or whatever. So anyway, he calls the crowd, drug addicts, and then he asks Cody to come out. Cody brings his ass out here. Let me get this picture because we got to see this shit. The Rock is chilling. Cody comes out here, kiss on the cheek. They're kissing. Rock is talking about how they were drinking together after the Raw on Netflix for hours, and they were friends now, and their mothers are friends now. And Rock says if Ari Emanuel basically told him he owns the WWE. And The Rock says, ha ha ha, I don't own the WWE, but I do. Okay. And so he tells Cody that, like he said before, he is a great champion. But being a great champion isn't enough. The Rock wants Cody to be his champion, his corporate champion, his representative. And he says he can take Cody to the next level. He says, how many followers you got on Instagram? A few million? That's cute. I got 500 million. I'm the most followed man in North America. Said, I can take you to another level. I want you to be my brother. What did you say about my brother? The Rock wants Cody to be his brother. Cody says, Rock says, when Cody told The Rock to fuck off when he tried to replace him last year, he earned great respect for Cody Rhodes. When he slapped him in the face, The Rock liked that shit. He's just a masochist. But he doesn't want an answer today. He wants Cody Rhodes to go home and think about it. The Rock will be at Toronto, Canada, waiting for Cody Rhodes to respond. But Cody needs to remember one thing. One thing that The Rock wants more than anything in the world, Cody's soul.
His ass. No, his soul.
He wants Cody's soul. So, before I give it to you guys, there was a couple things that were obvious that everybody's gonna point out. The Rock rambles, but that's kind of what The Rock does. I like when you clear out an hour and a half for The Rock, I expect that it's because he's gonna bullshit and they're ready for that. I wonder how the people like you when you work in this company and you're Triple H and you're the people who work on the Triple H, you have a corporate structure and then that leads to like a work structure and there's things that have to be the way they are. And then when this guy busts in the fucking room and rev up those fryers, Dwayne Johnson is back. How do you think that feels? Like, fuck. Like that's gotta suck. But it is what it is. It's no use in complaining about it. I'm gonna say something that people might get mad at, but I don't mean it in any horrible way. I'm not a hateful person. I accept everyone for the way that they live their life. For a long time, people have said, and I even agree with them, that wrestling is very homoerotic. And I said, yeah, that's there's naked guys wrestling in a fucking ring, and they're oiled up, and they're touching each other, and they don't hate each other, but they're playing tag. It's a little homoerotic. They say wrestling is like straight drag. And I said, hey, how could you argue with that? Seth Rollins is literally here every week.
Yep.
This segment between The Rock and Cody Rhodes makes it really hard to argue against that argument that wrestling is this homoerotic thing. This might be the most homoerotic pro wrestling segment I've ever seen live in my life. He came out here, he kissed this man on the cheek. He said he wants him to be his champion. I want your soul, Cody. I was like, how can I defend this? To like my son is sitting next to me. He's looking at me. I was like, that's their life, and they can live it how they want, son. Don't you judge them. This was awkward, and it was off-putting. And according to Dwayne, this is the way he wanted it to be because he is playing a seductive devil who legitimately wants Cody Rhodes to sell his soul. So yeah, I mean, it came across the way he wanted it to come across. I'm not saying anything groundbreaking. This is what they wanted me to say.
Is
Um,
seductive a code word for very homoerotic?
no, I mean, I feel like that's about like it's right on time. There's nothing subtle about it.
Yeah. No.
And so that leads us to kind of wonder what comes next after this.
I
I
got
think
thoughts.
I think some people thought that there would be a match or wrestling, like that would lead from this. But at this press conference after the show, Dwayne literally says, I'm gonna pull the quote so that we can get a word for word. He says, when it comes to the final boss character and Cody Rhodes, it never has to culminate in a match. This is a quote. In the world of pro wrestling, everything culminates in a match. What I love about the character of the final boss and Cody Rhodes is it's not about the title. It never has to culminate in a match. I think to have a storyline and two characters that are very popular to never have to get in the ring for a match and have this compelling and off-putting thing, he wants his soul. What does that mean? I loved every moment. Oh boy. So it sounds to me, if you read between those lines, that The Rock versus Cody Rhodes is never happening. Actually, it's completely off the fucking table, and someone is going to wrestle in The Rock's place, and
That'd be John
probably
Cena.
against Cody Rhodes. And Max got a good point. It's probably going to be John Cena. That's big headlines too. I mean, those are two Hollywood names, and they'll hold each other's hand up in the sky at a SmackDown or something,
Yeah.
and it'll be on the cover of
Well,
fucking
after Cena
know,
wins Elimination Chamber.
in Toronto.
Yep.
Well, I guess I'm a lot less interested after The Rock said that shit. But I've spoken enough. Guys, what did you think about this segment? Mac, I know you had a lot to say. Let us know. Speak to me. I'll be in the back room. I'm not going anywhere. I hear you.
All right. So, yeah, SmackDown, and I think Robbie can agree with this. Like towards the end of last year was really compelling and interesting. And all of a sudden it just hit a brick wall. And I felt like a couple of weeks ago it was starting to get back on track. And I'm really looking forward to the Elimination Chamber because I think everybody knows that it's going to be Cena versus Cody at WrestleMania. But you have the element of Punk, you have the element of Drew McIntyre, excuse me, and Seth Rollins and all those guys in there that hate each other. So it's going to be a really heated chamber. But now you kind of, how do I say? I think you're foretelling that Cena's going to win this thing now, and the two Hollywood stars are going to go into WrestleMania and try to conquer the WWE hero and Cody Rhodes, and Cody's going to fight him off. And I mean, does Cena win the title at WrestleMania? Maybe it's his last WrestleMania, or maybe he gives Cody the rub. That's the only thing that I'm not too sure on. But there were reports out last night, Robbie, that Rock literally went to creative and said, "Yeah, whatever you're doing for SmackDown tomorrow is off. I'm the final boss. Fuck you," and cut a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, and it just, I don't know, man. I posted on my Instagram that this sucked, Rock sucks, and WWE sucks. I think a little, and I think a little. Time has passed since then. I don't think that anymore. But during this promo, I literally wanted to throw something through my TV. I was so bored.
Thank you for
I
joining
was
us, Lewis.
not. Yeah. Hello, Lewis. Yeah, I was not entertained. I was not compelled. I was not captivated. John even made the point that, hey, yeah, The Rock rambles. That's what he does, but it's not fun to listen to. It's not 1999 Rock. This is corporate TKO Rock talking about Terramana and fucking slapping his hand. Like, I don't even know how he does that. That fucking hurts. But
He's got big ass forearms, man.
yeah, I know.
I mean,
yeah.
I
But
do
to
it
me,
in a
I don't want to
ceremony.
talk too much. I don't want to ramble because Rob, you haven't been here in a couple weeks, and I want to hear your thoughts. But this wasn't compelling. It wasn't interesting. I found myself on my phone And when I looked up, he said, "I want your soul," and touched his face like Patrick Swayze touched that girl's face in Ghost. And I was like,
Mhm.
"What the hell is going on?"
Patrick
So,
Swayze had to earn that moment. Okay.
yeah, he did through Whoopi Goldberg. Um, but no, I did not enjoy this. I think as we get more into the show, you'll see why I did not like this show whatsoever. I was very angry after it was over. Robbie?
Robbie.
All right. To me, this was like a tale for me. Like at first, I'm like, okay, I know Dwayne's gonna come out. He's gonna announce the next Mania and stuff like that. And then it went to shift really quickly to the old school rock stuff, calling out Louisiana being trailer park trash, talking about whatever STD they got over there as well. And then all of a sudden, it just got really just weird and awkward. I don't mind seeing homoerotic stuff. It's like we're in 2025 now. Like it okay. I've acknowledged wrestling can be like that at times. But the fact that Cody only said one or two, like probably like one sentence out of that whole promo, and that Rock sat there and just said, "I want your soul. I don't want the title. I want your soul." So basically, to me, it just feels like now at this point, now the final boss is coming into that, as we know, he's part of the board of the TKO, which means too he has higher power than Triple H. So, therefore, maybe this is their way of making Rock into the next Mr. McMahon character at this point. Have him show up time to time, pull that stuff. But if that's the case and that's what they're going to do, I don't think I'm going to like this because it just felt so awkward and so off putting. It went to a point where before the main event had to start, I had to step out for a minute just to process what the fuck I watched. I went downstairs, told my girlfriend that The Rock wanted Cody's soul. She barely watches wrestling, and she goes, "What the fuck does The Rock want?" Like, I
I
don't
think
know. I don't know what to say about it. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I don't like it. It was just extremely off-putting. Let's put it
you
in
know
that
what?
way.
You know what? It was. You know what it was? It was really romantic. You know, when I think about it, like when I think about this segment, it
John, I
was
was
just
searching for the word. Thank you.
that's
It's
the
like
word.
it's
That's the
forced
right word.
romance. Because if
It
you look
was
at Cody,
he
if you
was
look at
trying to
Cody, he's uncomfortable.
riz Cody up. That's what it was. So he brings him out. No, think about it. Like he brings him out, and first he glazed Cody for the whole segment. The whole segment, he's spitting on
He's
that shit.
buttering up. Yep.
He butted him up. He loves it. He said, "Hey, listen, you're my champion. I want you to be my champion. I want your soul. I love you. You're a great champion. I want you to be my brother." I was like, "Damn, bro, like honestly, that's really romantic, man. I think Cody should go with him for a dinner at least. Just to see what he's got to say. Just to see what he's got to say. I think that
It's
would
either
be
that or
nice."
They're gonna
Cody's
have that
like,
dinner
"Is
at
there a
the
way I can be on
elimination
board?"
chamber, John.
I think Cody should just listen, hear him out. He seems like a nice guy.
No, he
Cody's
doesn't.
probably
He literally he he literally came out and started shitting on the crowd like 30 seconds into like a babyface promo. He's not a good guy. He's a schizophrenic, if anything.
Oh man, it was interesting. One thing that you guys mentioned, the Vince McMahon thing. It sounds less like something they came up with and more like something he came up
He
with.
came up with.
You know,
yes,
like
yes.
what if? Hear me out. I get to be like the Vince McMahon, like the final boss is really the boss, right? Because I can't wrestle for the next
Oh, it's
3
literal.
fucking years. So
Yep.
now I'll be Vince McMahon. I'll have my corporation and I'll have his faction led by John Cena or whatever the fuck. And they'll
For a
represent
year.
him on TV and he'll send him pre-tapes. The Brock says you'll be in a tag match or I'll fire you type shit for the next fucking
Mm-hmm.
few years.
Uh,
I
just fucking
I
kill me.
it's not that I hate it. It's just like There's whatever, I guess. You just slotted in
Yeah.
and made yourself nothing special, but okay.
Mm.
But yeah, man, that's the Rock segment, and actually I'll turn this camera off so that my illicit activities can't be seen.
Oh
But
no, John, are you
yeah.
smoking the marijuana cigarettes?
No, good goodness, no. I am
Oh
a
my.
I am a law-abiding, God-fearing,
John, they're not illegal anymore, man. What are you living in 1997?
basically.
We're
I
saving
do
our
though.
vitamins.
I'm actually
We're
not
eating our
really.
vitamins.
I'm
That's what we're doing.
I'm not religious at all. I'm sorry, religious people. I didn't mean to get your hopes up. Yeah, so but we could talk about SmackDown basically from the beginning now. We'll get into the format. The did you say Black Superman? That's don't say that around Dwayne because he'll get his ears perk up and he starts trying to take over fucking movie universes and fucking shit up.
Dwayne's gonna
Uh
come find us and shut us down.
he's gonna end up being a better on-screen character than his daughter, like on-screen authority figure than his daughter. That's fucked up. Anyway, so the show actually starts with Cody getting told that he can't be in the main event because The Rock wants to speak with him. Okay. And then we go into our first match. We go to Drew McIntyre getting defeated by Jimmy Uso.
Big Jim.
Big Jim. This is actually a big win.
Yeah.
Big
I
win
was
for Big
surprised by
Jim.
this. I thought
They-
Drew was
they
going
s-
to get a lot of momentum going into the chamber, and he just loses to Jimmy Uso.
It's not bad for Drew because he's a fucking dickhead heel. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
like it's okay. He's gonna lose at the chamber too.
But at least he got his heat back after this match.
He did. He just beats the shit out of Jimmy Uso immediately after. Well, it should be said he hit Jimmy with this fucking reverse Alabama slam on the steel steps that looked nasty. So then
looked
later
really
on
good.
in the match, he goes to do it again, but Jimmy's learned his lesson because the first one hurt so much. So he fucking rolls Drew McIntyre up off of that and gets the win. And Drew just immediately beats the shit out of him. And he wants to claymore his head into the fucking steel post. That's how pissed he is. Security stops him, acts like he's gonna leave, comes back down. Claymore's Jimmy, who's not at the ring post anymore, unfortunately for Drew. And that's the end of that segment. Fellas, what'd you think of this match? The post match? Mac, Robbie, will keep going in that order tonight.
I really like this match. I'm really liking how Jimmy Uso is getting over as a face. He's obviously outshined by his brother on Raw, who's a 7-minute entrance. But I took away two things from this match. So Jimmy Spear is awful. He hits a guy with the wrong shoulder. That needs work. And the other thing too is Drew's belly to belly suplex is so awesome, like the overhead one, because he doesn't rely on the guy to jump. He just uses his strength to just throw you over. Like you said, the spot where he gave the Alabama slam into the steps looked really great. Um, you could see it coming a mile away that Jimmy was going to roll up the next Alabama slam into a pin. But I like this. I wanted to see McIntyre hit that Claymore to Jimmy while he was up against the ring post. I wanted to see that. I thought that would have been badass. But him coming back and running in and giving him the kick while he was being held by Shane Helms and a whole bunch of other guys was awesome. Drew gets his heat back. He doesn't lose anything for this. He's probably going to be dominant in the chamber for like 10, 15 minutes and then get eliminated by Punk. So, he's just playing his part here. He signed that contract. So, good luck, Drew.
He did tweet out during the Rock segment something about everything gets sucked into the bloodline vortex. And then somebody clowned him like, brother, you signed that contract.
You
These
could have been
tweets
fighting
don't-
Hangman Page at Revolution.
These tweets don't hit the same like when you willingly chose to sit there. But
Did you guys see the video of Drew getting the yellow water sucked out of his knee like 45 minutes before SmackDown
no,
started?
but I heard it on commentary, but I wasn't gonna
Yeah.
watch that shit.
Yeah, there was a video of it. It looked bad. It looked like eggnog. Ugh, it was gross.
What the fuck did he have in his knee?
I don't know. They were taking it out with like a syringe. It was like the syringe was like this big, and they were
I was
pulling
probably
it, and the
fluid.
water was just going into the syringe.
Yeah.
It looked really awful.
That's true. Chris all just never got over All In. He's actually been orchestrating this whole weird rock thing. He's like, I want
Yeah.
you to go out there and sexually harass Cody Rhodes on air right now. Oh
He
shit!
beat me with a
Okay.
roll up for the NWA title. You go out there and tell him you want to fuck him now.
touch his butt. Touch his butt. I'm never gonna get over that segment, man. That was incredible. That was incredible. We followed this matchup.
Whoa, whoa,
with
whoa! What
a-
about Robbie's thoughts?
Oh shit, that's right, Robbie. Thank you, Mac.
Honestly, I agree with Mac. This wasn't a bad match. It definitely shows what Jimmy Uso can do. He's definitely needs to redeem himself after that match with his brother Jay at WrestleMania last year. That didn't hit to home for a lot of people. And seeing that he got the win tonight, this is one of these things where both wrestlers, they don't lose anything. They're both going to gain something. Jimmy getting the win, gains something, gains momentum, and being able to be a solo star from here on, trying to get more stuff involved into him, fix his spears or whatever, do what you need to do. Because honestly, I want to see Jimmy succeed too. I don't want Jimmy to be one of those people, as we call in professional wrestling, the other guy of the tag team where he's not as
Marty
successful.
Jannetty.
It's probably a little too
Yeah.
late for that. I think
Yeah, I know,
sorry, Jimmy. It's just the way things. It's just the way things go. I don't even know what. I guess the Yeet thing got Jay, but they had already kind of chosen Jay.
Yeah.
He was like in the spot already when the Yeet started. It's not like
No,
Yeet
but
made it.
there's a shot from 2020 with Jimmy wearing a Yeet hoodie talking to Roman backstage during the pandemic era, which is
They
crazy.
they say that Jay Uso like legitimately. They used to say like Yeet backstage like just like that. And that's kind of how it became a thing. But I was watching this too, and I'm thinking like, what the fuck is the difference between Jimmy and Jay? Like they it's not like Jay's that much of a better wrestler. Like his spear isn't better. They both do the super kicks. I would say Jimmy is a little tubbier, but I'm fucking fat too. So like, what do I know?
I think Jay has better promo skills. I think he's a little bit more charismatic. You know.
I think the no Yi thing don't land for me either. But I guess people in the crowd do it, but no Yi just doesn't work for me.
Yeah, no.
And it's also really fucking it's derivative. It's completely derivative. Like you're the other guy on purpose.
Yeah, you're undermining your brother's catchphrase on purpose.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. That's Jimmy though. I'm sure they'll make that work. It's a win over Drew McIntyre tonight. You know? We will see. So we followed that up with a segment backstage with Greg says, you want to get over, get a little sauce before your interview like they did in the old days. You know what?
Yeah.
Just a couple shots. Just one, maybe not two. So enough that you feel something, but not that you get drunk.
Yeah, you get a little warm in your bones.
Yeah, it's just like, oh shit, I'm a little loose.
Shake.
It lasts 10 minutes
Yeah.
and you get the interview done.
Ooh, yeah.
The shoes of a champion, you know?
Yeah, you might say something that you regret later, but you're like, fuck it.
Nobody's
That
like
might-
Andre. That's
But
for sure.
yeah. No, that was an alcoholic. That was a man with a problem. There's a difference. So Solo Sikoa arrives. Someone made the joke that this looks like 3 different eras of the weekend. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to unsee that. But Solo Sikoa arrives in his car, and Jacob Fatu is here to confront him about what happened last week with Tama Tonga getting knocked out by accident. Solo says it was a mistake. Jacob says he knows, because if it wasn't, he wouldn't be standing up right now. So the
He hasn't
dynamic.
said I love you Solo in a long time, man.
No, I don't think he loves Solo anymore. But
No,
Solo says this is exactly why he loves Jacob. And Jacob doesn't seem convinced. But Solo says he wants to be in the corner against Priest and Strowman tonight. And Jacob says Solo's going to have to pull his weight after being gone all this time. He's going to be in the match instead of Tama. So
Speaking of homoerotic, did anybody notice that like fucking Solo got a donk on him, dude?
No.
Dude,
But wrestlers.
when Priest gave him the salt of heaven at the end, I know we'll talk about it. Like he rolled over and he looked like he had a Bailey donk, dude. I was like, what the fuck?
He said, "What's all that movement back there?" Wrestlers do a lot of squats, Matt.
Yeah.
That's why you're gonna see a lot of round wrestler asses.
I wanted to take a video. I wanted to take a photo of my TV when he was up in the south of heaven, but I couldn't get like a good shot. I wanted to send it to you so bad.
Oh no! Don't let Solo Sikoa see this. He's gonna file a restraining order. Oh fuck! So the segment after that was a match. Well, it was a backstage segment where R-Truth comes up to Carmelo and he says, "I'm happy to meet you." And he's like, "I wrestled you last week." He's like, "I've never met you in my life."
That was fucking hilarious.
I was like, "That's fucking great." He says, "I set up a tag match." He's set up a tag match with him. Him ends up being the Miz, and he's like, "Oh my god, there's two of y'all," because Melo says he's him too. I know the R-Truth comedy works for people. It doesn't work for me. Sorry. So I'm just like, all right, cool. We got this shit over with. Miz is like, "I'm gonna be your tag partner tonight," and I was just like, what in the 2009 Raw is this? Why is Carmelo caught up in this? Like, what is Carmelo doing here with the Miz and R-Truth? What the fuck? What is going on? Anyway. And they, like I said earlier, they're like the Miz is like tongue in cheek, like he knows Carmelo doesn't want this, but it feels like they know I don't want this, and they're laughing. They're laughing at me like, you're watching this, and I was like, fuck you too.
Yeah, if I didn't have a website and a podcast to do, you would not be getting views, buddy.
I'd be watching this during clips on Twitter, and it would not watch your clip. I would not watch this clip. I would scroll by this clip. We actually got a we got it. Did we get the video package before or after this match?
Let me see. Hold on, I took it in my notes. That was afterwards.
Okay, so the match was Melo Don't Miz against R-Truth and his Louisiana legend. Louisiana Knight, LA Knight, but you know,
get it? Do you fucking get it? Do you fucking get it, John?
Fuck you. No, I hate
John,
this shit.
I have a question for you.
John,
did you get it?
No. Anyway, they come out. They have this match. Carmelo gets the win. Miz wins with him, and he's impressed by this. So I imagine.
Whoa! That skull crushing finale into
that's right,
into the code breaker was awesome.
That's right. They did a combination finisher. So that actually, I couldn't enjoy it all the way either because the combination finisher is like a indicator that this is going to continue. And I was like, oh damn, man. All right, so we follow that up. I mean, if you guys wanted to talk about that, you could. I mean, you could.
There was just that spot where R-Truth tagged Miz because he got confused and he thought he was still in the Awesome Truth. But that was about it. I mean, dude, Carmelo, like, really, you can't find something for this dude to do solo-y, like, dude, put him with fucking Andrade again. I don't care. They had banger ass matches. Do something.
And I'll say again. Where the fuck is Andrade? Is Charlotte doing this? No.
Oh no.
Has he been on TV since she came back?
No, I don't think so.
Jesus. Don't do that.
The last time we saw him was that backstage segment when he was talking to Miz and he said, "Oh, you need somebody in your corner." He said, "Okay, I'll go find someone."
He never came back.
Nope,
he never found anybody.
So I thought that he was going to go find Zelina Vega and they were going to do the NXT thing again, but he didn't.
She's doing her own thing because, like you said, good segue. We got a fucking video package focused on her where she talks about how people keep listen to this. She says people keep telling me I can't win because I'm too small. right?
It's the queen of the ring.
She's queen of the ring one time, but people are telling her this because if you look up her win-loss record, she loses a lot. So they're saying this. They're saying this because they watch the show, not because they don't believe in you. It's because they've witnessed you lose because you're too small. So
Yeah.
I
This is
don't.
going to go absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. I don't
go
believe
nowhere.
that anything is going to come from this.
They're not putting the world title on her. They're not putting the U.S. title on her. So
honestly, you know what? Let me correct myself. They want Aleister Black, right? So you'll need to put a focus on her until you get him.
Mhm.
And if she doesn't make that work, they're just gonna we got him, and she's gonna fall back down the card. But it gives her an opportunity to at least maybe show them something that will make them call her back. Like, so here's to hoping that she makes this one really work for her. And they're like, hell yeah, we got a new top person, somebody we can rely on.
By the way, in that Miz match, Truth counting down Mello when no one was on top of him, having him kick out when there was an invisible man on top of him was pretty damn funny.
I just bit my eyes with the mic on, and I meant to mute it. I can't believe this happened.
I didn't hear it.
I apologize. I'm gonna go commit seppuku.
Oh, no, don't you do that. No.
No. Oh God, no, John, no.
No, John.
Don't cut that beautiful shirt, John. Take it off first.
Anyway, the ladies continue to get shrine. Ooh, a little piece of ice fell on my tooth, and now I want to die.
Oh,
okay.
Yikes.
Yeah, I actually want to die. Anyway, so the ladies continue to get focused as we get Tiffany Stratton versus Candice LeRae next. Tiffy time. She beats Candice pretty. I mean, it was what it was. I mean, did you guys think anything special of this match? I thought it was pretty
as much
normal.
as I love Tiffany Stratton, there was nothing special with this match at this point.
I love Candice. She's. I mean, this is probably the most she's done in WWE. But I mean, like,
so.
Jax.
My question is, how do you do a moonsault off the top rope to the outside onto two women and neither of them catch you?
That's such a problem with the women. I mean, I don't mean to be a sexist. Oh my god, but I just notice a lot of times. Fuck. I just notice a lot of times they miss wrestlers.
Yeah.
Like they fall.
Yeah.
Tiffany Stratton has fallen flat on her fucking face.
Oh, off a ladder.
Off a ladder.
Like, in the bank.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It happens. It happens a lot. Greg says Andrade is gonna come back with Salina de la Renta. Isn't she pregnant?
I think so. Yeah.
Is she actually pregnant?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's with child, Greg.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tiffany Stratton defeats Candice LeRae, and then Nia Jax attacks her immediately, and she goes. Trish Stratus comes out. What is this connection? Is it just that they're big blonde?
Well, they interacted backstage. Trish and Tiffy, they interacted backstage. He said, "Oh, you're gonna need help." Blah 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 blah. And she goes, "I'm gonna be at Elimination Chamber." And she's like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Well, I guess. Well, Trish comes out here and tries to help Nia. I mean, tries to help Tiffany beat Nia, but she ends up getting stacked and squashed. And while this picture looks pretty painful, I mean, Nia actually, in her attempt to take care of Trish, she kind of fucked it, and it looked like shit. But then she like sits on her anyway afterwards. Like, I was like, wow, you already fucked it up.
Yeah.
That's where that screenshot came from. But yeah, so after that, Charlotte, who had been on commentary all along, just kind of stands up and points at the sign. I was like, God, I think this build is gonna suck because why? First of all, why is Nia Jax and Candice LeRae still involved? Like, why are they still dealing with Tiffany Stratton? It feels like she's dealing with old shit, and this Charlotte thing isn't even happening. Like, there's no feud yet. Like, what? This is dumb.
Well, maybe they just want to get through Elimination Chamber, and then they'll really ramp it up.
That
I mean,
sucks. They're
I
not
know,
even booked in a match.
I know.
Like they don't even have a match.
mhm.
It's the reason why SmackDown feels so generic, run of the mill. Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton have been involved in each other's segments for almost a year now. She won the
Yeah.
title. Nia, didn't she move? I thought she was on another show. Didn't she challenge for the other belt and everything?
Yeah, well, that was Saturday night's
She
main
did
event
real
where
secret.
everything's
Uh,
integrated. So
I guess. I guess
Did
she should.
John? Did you see the spot in this match where she went to go run up the ropes and she slipped, but she turned it into an arm drag?
I did see that because I thought somebody please stop her from doing these lucha moves because that was mad extra. She's too big to be doing that.
Yeah, but I mean, she saved it. She did a good job, But
it looked technically well. I was just like it looked awkward because of how big she is. Like she's very long. Like
and she kind of fucked up that spine buster on the barricade.
I missed
And
that.
Yeah.
And at this point, it's now to a point where we now know what's going to happen in Elimination Chamber. Charlotte Flair is going to come out, cost Trish and Tiffany Stratton the match at this point in time. But the thing is, that just means at this point in time, if Tiffany wins,
Is that official?
Wait, what's the match
against-
at What's the
Did
match
they
at
give the-
Elimination Chamber?
They made a
Elimination
tag.
Chamber, it is a tag team match between Nia Jax and Candice LeRae and Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus.
God, I
Oh,
missed
okay,
that.
I didn't know
What
that.
the
Yeah, I
fuck?
missed that too.
Yes.
Yeah. I just turned off SmackDown after it was over and went to Family Guy, so I did not see any of that.
Hey, they announced that tonight.
Yes, they announced that.
I
When?
completely
I was
fucking
watching the
missed that.
show.
I was watching the show and I missed it.
They announced it, I think, like right before Candice LeRae and Tiffany had their one-on-one match. It was like right before, briefly right after the promo.
That's why it didn't make
they
sense to
put
us.
the header down.
Yeah, I was like, why is Trish here?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, shit.
God.
That's gonna be a nice time to get up and go do some things. But yeah, man. So we let's take a look at the comments. We got Greg. He's right. He says because we have weeks of TV to fill. But listen, we could fill those weeks of TV with good stuff, though. Why are we putting bullshit on purpose?
Mm.
And I am, and you're absolutely right. I got no choice. And
Yeah.
Greg, actually, I asked you to be my second. Please take care of me. Anyway, the women continue to get a fucking spotlight, or so we thought, where Liv Morgan and Naomi are going to start their match, but it doesn't happen. Like we talked about earlier, Dwayne is here. Get the fuck out the way. And so we talked about the Dwayne segment. Oh, well, I guess we could say that backstage, Naomi and Bianca Belair were talking to Byron Saxton, and they were getting like pushing really hard that it definitely was Liv Morgan and Raquel, which is like, it was you bitches. Yeah, I know it was. But so I guess on Monday they'll be defending their tag titles against Liv and Raquel, and I got a sneaky feeling they're gonna drop the belts.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I wonder though if that means Jay Cargill's coming back on Monday.
Yeah, your first time on Raw.
No, they've been on Raw. They were defending the
Oh,
they
that's right.
defended
Yeah,
the tag titles up there.
Well, first time on Raw on Netflix.
That's
what I meant,
the first time on Netflix.
Thanks
Raw,
for saving it and making me not feel like shit, Robbie.
No, Robbie, he has to learn to swim. No, no.
Robbie, sometimes you just gotta leave me out there with my hand in the ocean and drive away.
So, DIY took on Pretty Deadly, which ended in a no contest because of the Street Profits. I really like that this is happening for them.
Yeah, they look really good.
I don't like how Motor City feels like, like a nothing team. Like they're just here now. I feel like they were tag champions, but it didn't feel like it was real. Like it was like, oh, we gave them the belts. Get them off. Get him off of them. Get it
Yeah.
on DIY and do something we actually care about. But I guess look, we had 4 tag teams out there, right? The tag division is doing things. It just, we'll see how it evolves. I guess that's where I feel about that. What about you guys? How do you feel?
Um, I mean, just the whole tag division. It needs like an injection of something like good. Like Pretty Deadly's. They can wrestle when they want to, when they want them to be serious. Uh, DIY just come off as like, and I hate saying this because I rag on people that say this all the time, but they're like 2 5'8" dudes acting hard. And it's like,
Hey
no one takes
yo,
you seriously, little bro. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, yeah, I take Ciampa seriously because he might pull out like a shank and stab me, but Gargano, man, stop it. Stop it, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Um, but the Street Profits coming in and establishing their dominance feels nice. But man, I can't wait till Fraxium gets to the main roster. They need to be on SmackDown. They need to do something, man. Like it's the same 4 teams. Like let's do something
they
else,
hinted
guys.
that they were coming, right? They like I
Yeah,
think like they asked fucking Ben Fraser asked Axiom if they should go fight some main roster teams or something.
yeah,
So I guess it's coming. I imagine after WrestleMania. There's no
yeah,
room for
probably.
anything right now. Greg mentioned the TLC at Mania
Hmm.
would be cool.
Yeah, yeah, it would be.
Um, there's
That's what
it is a
I'm hoping for.
it is a feud involving multiple tag teams, so
Yeah,
I can see it for sure.
yeah.
But yeah, man, that was that. Was it? Was it? I mean, the match itself, you know, it was what it was. You would think though, like I guess they'll get a spotlight, a better spotlight down the line. But I feel like these
Yeah.
4 wrestlers could probably do something a little better than what we saw tonight.
I do want to add a little bit that I wish it went a little bit longer. We would have waited for the Street Profits, because DIY and Pretty Deadly are both amazing teams, and I really do love tag team wrestling too. So I wanted to see a little bit more with them, but I do hope what Greg said too, that we get a TLC match between those 4 teams at WrestleMania, because I looked up the other day. I was like, when is the last time there was a TLC match on the main roster? And we haven't had a main roster TLC match since Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns at TLC. That was the last main roster tables, ladders, and chairs match we ever had, and that was almost 5 years ago.
God damn!
Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't
and that's
realized.
not
I hadn't
counting
realized.
NXT.
It's because they got rid of the pay per view.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm all for getting rid of the pay per view and making matches a little more rare. But it's weird that the TLC match would be so rare. Like, there's no reason for that one to disappear. Like, it's not like Hell in a Cell where it's like, you pull it out only for hatred, and somehow we do have a heated feud still once a year. Like the
We we
TLC.
we missed something too, John.
What was that?
We missed Chelsea Green backstage with Nick Aldis.
That's right. She after the
Chelsea.
after Liv Morgan and Raquel attacked Naomi and Bianca Belair, they Chelsea and Piper Niven walked up to Nick Aldis and they were like, "Hey, so we're ready to take their spot now." And he's like, "No, the fuck are you talking about?" And then she's like, "I had an outfit ready." It was pretty funny. She's funny. I
Yeah,
like Chelsea Green comedy more than I like our Truth comedy. I'll tell you that
yeah.
much.
And then Nick Aldis tells her that she can have a match, but on the Friday before Elimination Chamber in Toronto, but doesn't tell her opponent.
Uh, that's kind of fucked up. Not the opponent thing. Just the way they framed the Friday before Elimination Chamber. They're
Yeah,
like we know what it is. You don't gotta say it like that. You can let it feel big.
yeah.
But yeah, that we'll see who it is. I mean, what mystery person would they even have right now that matters?
Well, they didn't say that the title was going to be on the line, just that she was going to be fighting. So it could literally be anybody. It could be Julia, Stephanie Vacor. It could just be Meechin again. Who fucking knows?
Or even Asuka, because where the fuck's
Yeah. Oh,
Asuka?
Oscar's on her way back. That's
Like,
right.
is she back? Is she good? Is she
She's good.
healthy?
Yeah, she's healthy. Yeah.
Hmm.
I think everybody's stuck in the post WrestleMania holding pattern.
Yeah.
Is Chelsea Green's version of his angle better than Owens? Yes, because Kevin didn't even get a chance to give us that shit. They had him in the suit for like 1 week.
Oh, dude, Kevin Owens' promo we didn't talk about.
They did. They did. They showed us the Twitter promo that he posted earlier in the night where he went to Sami Zayn's house and fucking
Was looking in the
kind of
window.
promo. He was like, "You want to fight me and end my career and hurt my family?
You want me to take this all away from you, bro?
Want me to hurt your family by hurting you? Like,
Yeah.
what the hell? You're
Did
hurting
you see the
me."
comments on Twitter about this?
I didn't.
It said, Uncle Kevin, where you going? Oh, I just got to go outside and shoot this thing, but I'll be right back in before dinner starts.
That's
That's
about exactly how it. That's exactly how it went.
Yeah.
That's cool. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
That's
cool as shit.
That's cool as shit.
Sammy in there, just dad, feet out, no socks.
No socks. You know he got the dirty. You know he got the black foot on the bottom. You know it.
I will say this though, I am excited for this unsanctioned match. Every time Sammy and Kevin go against each other, ever since their Ring of Honor days, those guys always bring it to each other. I don't care they're best friends in real life. They have such great in-ring chemistry that
That's
I
what
hope
John
one
said.
day those two would face each other for a world title because those guys produce magic every fucking time. It's like watching Shawn Michaels and Triple H do their feud back in 2002 going
Better.
into 05.
Yeah, it's better.
But even better.
Definitely
You're
better.
out in the ocean right now. I'm not grabbing your hand, Robbie.
No, don't let these guys. Everybody wants to have a fucking fight with me when I tell them that the 47-minute Hell in a Cell match that Triple H and Shawn Michaels had was not that bad. I liked it.
It wasn't bad, but it was very masturbatory.
Yeah,
really.
I mean, it's Triple H and Shawn Michaels,
Yeah.
and like
they
love each other.
There's nothing going on.
But like, who loves themselves? Like, no, Triple H loves himself more than anybody. Shawn Michaels loves himself more than anybody. And then the second person that they each love is each other. You knew that was gonna be. You knew that was gonna be like that.
John, I saw your thing, and I agreed with you on Facebook the other day, where you were like, "Oh, people are bitching that Owens and Zayn are fighting again." You were like, "I will watch them beat the shit out of each other every single day until I die."
Just like
actually and literally.
Yeah.
Like at this point, fuck it, bring El Generico back in here and have El Generico versus.
Someone had a sign.
Do it. Just do it.
Open the
El
door.
Generico unfortunately was killed by the Mexican cartel for not paying back the money that they owed him to open the orphanage. So rest in peace, El Generico.
One of my favorite moments in Ring of Honor history is Kevin Owens thinking that he had killed Sami Zayn, and then he gets a fucking package. It's got the goddamn El Generico mask in it. He's still alive. God damn it!
He had just beaten Elgin in like a 5-star match, and then the dude walks through the ring with just a generic like Amazon box, and he opens it and there's the mask in the box, and that led to the
ladder match, their final match.
Ladder match. Were you there, John?
Yes, I was there. I screamed at Kevin to break his neck, and he told me that he would. No, he was. Well,
he did.
He was sick. He had the flu when he did that match. He doesn't like that match. I love that match. I thought they had a better ladder match. They did. It was better, honestly. Like that was a better ladder match, but this was like more. I don't know. It felt more iconic. It was in the Hammerstein. It finishes off with the pile driver onto the stack ladders.
Yeah.
Do that shit on WWE television. Let's reuse that one, please.
Dude, Kevin takes that Peter Griffin bump off the table through the ladder at Royal Rumble was fucking awesome.
That's his favorite spot. I swear he does that as much as he can. The double stack tables on the other side of the turnbuckle, he's going right over that shit. I love them. I loved all their matches so far, and I can't wait to see them do their WWE version of the Fight Without Honor. Because this is what they've been missing. They've had matches in WWE. They've had a lot of matches in WWE. And they even met in a ladder situation with the Money in the Bank once. But never have they had a full-on, like, Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn not unsanctioned, but just hardcore match, and this is gonna be
Yeah.
it's gonna be fucking awesome. I'm really disappointed that this isn't in at WrestleMania, but I guess
But
to them it
John,
might
we
be
got to
bigger.
make
It
way
might
for
be a
the
bigger
Sami
deal.
Zayn and Karrion Cross match at WrestleMania.
Fuck you. Oh my god. They.
But
I
however,
guess I was gonna say. I guess the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn is probably a bigger deal to be in Canada and to have that match. But
Yeah.
they keep doing this. Like it keeps Elimination Chamber keeps coming right before the big one. Like, okay, we'll give it to you there. Like,
Yeah. We'll give
ah,
Sammy his world title match against Roman that everybody knows he's not winning. Yeah.
this close. Anyway, it's cool. It's cool. It'll be great. I'm just happy that the match is happening.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I mean, we've got one more match to talk about, and that is the main event: Damian Priest and Braun Strowman defeating Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu.
Mm.
This match did not suck.
Mhm.
I
No,
thought.
I actually really enjoyed it.
I had a fun time with this.
Mhm.
The finish.
The rift backstage when Solo got interrupted by Jacob.
That's right. They also I love Solo's fucking walk and talk promos. Those are so sick. I'm so glad that they giving him that time every week to come out there and talk his shit and look like the scariest dude on the fucking roster. People chanting, "We want Jacob, we want Jacob, we want Jacob."
Yeah.
I think that they're noticing, and I think big things are gonna come for Jacob Fatu sooner than later.
I wrote down in my notes that the feud between Strowman and Fatu is one of the best feuds, non-title feuds going right now. Like the crowd goes crazy when they're in there
Yeah.
together.
He makes me care about Braun Strowman, and I didn't think anybody could do that. Still,
Well, if it's anybody, it's Jacob Fatu.
definitely.
Mhm.
I can't. I want them to have like a real big hardcore thing, but they're already doing Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at the pay per view. So, and I
You
don't
could
think
do
you
it
need
at
to.
Mania. Well, no, you're
I
gonna
was,
do
you
Solo
drag
and
this shit
Jacob
out
at
to
Mania.
Mania.
No,
Yeah,
they're doing
Solo-
Solo and Jacob.
Solo and Jacob, and it makes
Yeah.
sense as
It's
much
weird.
as
Yeah.
as much as like technically the match is probably like gonna be like
Whatever.
but it
Yeah.
makes story sense.
Yeah.
Um, Solo gets super kicked accidentally, but Jacob doesn't actually like. He's not remorseful. Like this is his face. I
Yeah.
think he blames Solo.
He has no remorse. He
I
has
think
no remorse.
I think he blames Solo for like getting himself knocked out.
That's such a good sell. Holy shit.
He's good. He's great.
Yeah.
I tell you, he's really coming to his own. Solo
Oh.
Sikoa.
Look at that ass.
He's never gonna get over this fucking Solo booty. Solo Sikoa costs him the match here, and Jacob Fatu gets thrown out of the ring after this. Braun Strowman gives him and Tama the running train thing, choo-choo train, whatever the fuck stupid shit they
He
call that shit.
destroyed them, but I think he
He's-
might have broke his ankle or something.
He smoked him. He killed Jacob Fatu. I think at one point though, but during the match, earlier in the match, like he threw Jacob Fatu into the timekeeper section, and Lillian almost didn't get out of the way in time.
Oh Jesus!
Yep.
She would have been killed.
Yeah, but Damian Priest pins Solo Sikoa, and they get the win, and the baby faces win, send the crowd home happy.
Yeah.
SmackDown comes
That's
to a
it for me. Good
close.
show.
It's a fucking garbage episode of SmackDown,
Yeah.
bro. I hate that. I have a responsibility to watch this shit for you ungrateful motherfuckers.
Do you
Out
really
there.
think it was a? Do you really think it was a mistake? We haven't done this for 3 fucking weeks.
I can't. I was at work, but honestly, if I
Yeah.
wasn't, I would find an excuse. No,
Like I've been so accustomed to watching great shit on AEW, and then the first fucking thing I watch in a week is that shit.
it was
Like, what the
rough.
fuck?
It's rough.
Someone wrote on the Facebook. Someone wrote on the Facebook page that Rock segment was the most awkward thing since I seen Thunder Rosa run in with a chair and not hit anybody.
I don't think it was that. I don't think you could get that awkward. That was rough.
Yeah.
We talked about that on this week's episode of Doshi Radio Live, but you could catch the archive version on YouTube and Facebook for the next 30 days. That's a thing now. They delete things. You can also catch us live pretty much every day. We are live 8 times a week for pro wrestling. After Raw, after NXT, after Dynamite, after Impact, after SmackDown, after pay-per-views, we have major issues where we talk about comics and superhero stuff. We have the Otaku Cafe where we talk about anime. We have 3 and T wrestling on Sundays. We have
The
the Weekend
boys.
Wrestling Roundup with Tyler and CJ. That's all on our Dirt Sheet Radio network. We're an actual fucking network. How did I do this? Why did I do this to myself? I have no capacity to take on this much responsibility. What have I done? But it exists. So please enjoy it for what it is. And now we'll get into our final 2 segments of the night.
Yeet.
That's right. It's time. Jobber.
There's a fucking lot of the
Oh shit! Oh damn, John.
Yeah, it's
You
sad.
got Foley work now?
My jobber of the night tonight is myself, truly and fully, for having to sit through this and for setting myself up for this failure where I have to sit, where I have no choice, but I can't even turn it off. I'm not allowed to walk away. I have to record it. I have to listen to every word they say so that I can recap it and write it down and post it on the website and post it on the social media, the Facebook, the Instagram. I have to fucking make memes. I have to clip videos. And the whole time, I hate myself for doing it. So the jobber of the night is absolutely, unquestionably me. All right? Who is your jobber of the night, Mac?
So usually you would want to make Hall of Fame talent like feel special, but they just had Trish come out, throw some really shitty punches that didn't land, and then get her knee taken out, and then get maybe squashed. I mean, not as bad, but she did get fucking Naya's ass right on her tits, so that had to hurt. But yeah, man, I really did. I mean, I was like, fucking Trish, what? But yeah, I gave Trish. It was very close to Rock for rambling on for 30 minutes, but man, I was just like, fucking Trish, what? Oh, that's my jobber. Yeah, so she's my jobber of the night.
Respectable. Robbie?
My jobber of the night. This has nothing to do with talent. This is on WWE's writing and production team on this one. The writing was just shit tonight. I get it. You found out The Rock was coming. You probably had to reset everything up. Tonight's SmackDown felt like a SmackDown that was actually booked by Vince McMahon literally in 2021 or 2020, basically all those years.
Senile Vince. Booked by senile Vince.
Exactly how it felt like, and it was not entertaining for something like I've seen SmackDown be bad from which under Triple H, but not this bad. This has to be the worst SmackDown ever under the reign of Triple H, and I hope they don't let this happen. How do you get The Rock and still fumble that fucking badly? And still, and maybe a lot of people probably turned it off after the first hour after the hot garbage we were fucking served. So, WWE writers, you are the jobbers of the night.
All right. Well, that's Greg says his job of the night is Cody's very confused emotions. I don't think Cody's confused. I think he was very flattered. I think he was like, wow, I think he really likes me. But it's time. Megastar of the night. It's fucking time. Yeah.
God damn, John.
That's nice. That's nice.
It is nice.
My megastar of the night tonight, Jacob Fatu, I was going to say, just because I like him every week, but it's not like anybody did anything that actually stand out. So I'm going to give megastar of the night to The Rock because he wrote himself that way.
He didn't give a shit about what people thought.
Let me tell you, man. We have to sit through this, right? But when you really think about it, like actually think about this, like he told them, I'm not gonna make it. Don't write nothing for me. And then on Wednesday morning, he woke up and he said, "You know what? I'm gonna get involved in this shit." He actually mentioned in the press conference that they wanted to announce WrestleMania at the Super Bowl. And he said a couple of hiccups made it so that it couldn't happen. If a couple of hiccups is the NFL just telling you no, then okay. Like they were like, "What are you even talking about? Why would you think that?" But yeah, my megastar of the night is The Rock. He can just do this. How can you? I hate that. I can't hate. I respect it. I respect that he can just do this. I wish I could just do this. I feel like at any job. I'm scheduling myself. wait, what happened? Yeah, I just feel like coming in today.
Yeah.
You're never here. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm here now. Megastar of the night, Mac. Who's yours?
So I mean, I was going to go with Jacob for two, but I mean, he's just outstanding every week. So I'm going to go and I'm going to say Solo Sokoa. Um, you
We
know,
know why.
no, not because of the ass. No, because number one,
Ba, ba,
everybody
ba, ba,
knows
ba, ba.
that when they were doing the Bloodline versus Bloodline story, I was on Solo's side because Solo never had any fights with his family members. Solo made everybody in his group feel like an equal, kept everybody together. Uh, and fucking Roman went and ruined that by wanting to have a necklace. You know, now he's fucked up the relationship between Solo and everybody else. But Solo's acting, Solo's emoting, Solo's in ring work is getting better and better by the week. Like he was so wooden when he was in the original Bloodline, but now that he's broken off and is doing these more intricate storytelling aspects of his character, he's been really knocking it out of the park. Took the pin tonight to Damian Priest, someone who just came over to SmackDown that made Damian look strong, doesn't hurt Solo, just continues the oh, you hit me last week, so I hit you this week, but was it a mistake kind of thing? You know, I like the dynamic between Solo and Jacob, and that's the one. Uh, how do I say this eloquently? The sun shines on a dog's asshole once in a while, and that's how I feel about this episode of SmackDown with the Solo and Jacob stuff.
Robbie, who's your megastar of the night?
For my megastar tonight, since I'm not here every Friday night, I'm gonna have to go ahead and say Jacob Fatu. It's because of the fact that out of all of the night, besides the Rock's pop that he had gotten in his reaction that he got it, to me the second person that got the most out of the crowd was Jacob Fatu. When Solo was legal, the chants had started, "We want Jacob." Jacob Fatu has been coming in, week out, kicking ass, taking names. He did it here tonight again too. Doesn't matter if he lost. There is a stock, and there is a lot of star power into Jacob Fatu. And one thing I do want to say about Fatu is I am so impressed of what he's been able to do with his promo work too, because for someone that we all seen on the Indies, how he was on the Indies, those mannerisms, the promos he would cut, they weren't too very WWE family friendly. It's needless to say, the fact that he's been able to come over, because I know a lot of people have issues when they're coming from the Indies, cutting promos like that, and then coming over to the WWE and going through their filter, is amazing. And the fact that not Solo, the fact that Jacob's able to do that is amazing. And the fact too is he's a beast. He took out Braun Strowman weeks ago on Saturday Night's Main Event. That man is he's a fucking beast. And like at this point, like if I was in that ring and I saw Jacob Fatu across my eyes, I'd fucking run. Straight up, I'd run.
Understandable. Understandable. So I mean, that's us. That is WWE Smackdown. That's the rewind.
Yep.
Like I mentioned earlier, you can catch us 8 to 10 times a fucking week at any given notice. It's crazy.
Why'd you do this to yourself, John?
Honestly, I don't know. I thought I was doing a good thing.
John's like, I want to create an empire, and then he has an empire, and he's like, fuck.
Heavy is the crown, they say.
Yep.
Well, my neck hurts. What the fuck? No, man, thank you guys for joining us. And again, catch us not tomorrow because there's no pay-per-view. A break. And catch us on not Sunday either. Catch us on Monday for the WWE Raw Rewind. And so for Mac.
Oh, John,
Mac?
one more thing.
What's up?
So sometime in March, Nick and I and Robbie, I think we're telling you this for the first time. We're going to be doing the first WCW Nitro from the Mall of America. We don't have a
Ah,
date locked down yet.
Ironic. I
I haven't
just
watched the
watched that the
show.
other
We might do
day.
both shows. We might do the
Nick,
first and
Nick,
second episode because they were only an hour. But we're doing that at some point in March.
Nick keeps me updated. I've known. I knew before he was locked down.
Yeah.
I keep tabs.
John knows everything. He's the watcher. John's the watcher of Dirt Sheet Radio.
Yes, he is.
I be watching. That guy's a fucking creep. The Watcher's a fucking creep. Anyway,
Ultron smashed him.
and he beat the shit out of him. But for Mac and for Robbie, thank you for joining us tonight. I love
Thank
you
you.
personally. I love you. Like, look, listen to me. Listen to me when I tell you this.
He
If
wants
you're
your soul.
listening, if you're actually listening, because think about this: if you're actually hearing me right now, if you've stood until the end, and if you can hear me, then I actually love you. I love you.
We're
Go to
deeply
sleep
grateful.
knowing that there's a person across the world who holds you in their heart right now. You're not
Yeah.
alone. Thank you. We'll see you next week.